Good morning. Happy Sunday to all of you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. So till now what we have done, good morning to everyone, and till now we have done supply ka definition completely, as well as two types of supply we have done, that is mixed supply and another is my composite nature ka supply. Yesterday we have written the notes about mixed supply also. Now write composite supply also. Now just we have to write about the mixed supply. Write down. Can I start now? Whenever mixed supply, whenever two or more supply of good or service, whenever two or more supply of good or service or both combined together it is said to, which is not naturally bundled, is said to be mixed supply, which is not naturally bundled, is said to be mixed supply. Sure. Now we have done composite nature ka supply. We have done which nature ka supply? Mixed nature ka supply. Now again the type of supply that we are going to do is either it would be exempt supply or it would be a zero rated supply. Now this is something new. What is zero rated supply? But first of all, what is exempt supply? Exempt supply means if I am supplying, that means no GST no GST chargeable. Why? Because that is a GST wala goods. The goods is covered in the GST. That is, everything is okay. But either it is what nil rated or it has been specifically exempted. So when particular thing is particularly exempted, then it is known as exempt supply. Kitna simple hai? Understood? But ma'am, what about zero rated supply? Akshay, video on. You have to keep your video on. So, now, when it is zero rated supply, zero rate supply, that means iska matlab bhi just from the word is the rate is zero. When you supply, the rate of tax is what? Zero. When you supply, the rate of tax is what? Zero. Understood? Ma'am, फिर फर्क क्या है? This is exempt supply. This is zero rated supply. So what is the basic difference between the exempt supply and the zero rated supply? So that now I'm going to tell you. Okay. Pay quite a good attention over here. Right now, going to explain you exempt supply. Suppose this is a good. Okay, this is what? A good. Now, I am purchasing this good. I am what? Purchasing this good. Okay. Again, there is a good. Suppose this is good number 2. Again, I am what? Purchasing this good. This is first case. This is my second case. Suppose I am purchasing goods. I guess it is Abdul. Abdul, keep your video on. So here also there is what? Purchase. Here also there is what? Purchase. This is good number 1. This is good number 1. This is good number 2. Okay. Now when I purchase this good, when I have purchased this good, suppose here there is an invoice. There is what? An invoice for the purchase of good. Obviously, then when you will purchase the good, they will give you what? Invoice. So suppose the goods ka value of the good is 10,000. Okay. And on this they have charged GST, and let's say GST is 10%. Okay. So total I have to pay how much? 11,000 I have to pay. Itna samajh mein aa gaya? Okay. Then second, when it comes to this second wala part, suppose this is also good, this is also purchased. Here also the value, let us say 20,000 is the value. Again, GST has been charged over here 10%. So total I have to pay 22,000. Chalo, itna bhi samajh mein aa gaya. Now, when I was selling this wala good, which good I am selling? This good and I am selling. So, understand one thing, when I am selling this good, suppose I have purchased this good as a raw material. Now I have manufactured something and now the goods have been finished goods. Pehle ye raw material tha. Now it is what? Finished goods. Now when I made it finished goods, abhi concentration sirf samajhne pe, do not write. Okay, Akshay, don't write. Now when it has been converted into finished goods, again I'm selling it. Purchase kiya hai to kyu kiya hai? Because I want to sell. So now I'm selling this good. So at the time of sale, again I will make an invoice. Okay. For an example, suppose now I'm selling this good for 15,000. Okay. Plus GST. Now the thing is, once I made it a finished goods, और वो ऐसा कोई finished good बना है, this is such a kind of finished goods where GST is not applicable. Why? Because either it is nil rated or it has been specifically mega exempted. So अभी ये trail कैसा गया कि suppose you have purchased, यहाँ पे हमने purchase किया था, yes ma'am, यहाँ पे हमने purchase किया था. Here you have paid GST when it was a raw material. You have paid GST when it was a raw material. Now after finished goods, after converting into finished goods, when you sold it, GST is not applicable because it has been specifically mega exempted. Because it has been specifically what? Mega exempted. Okay. Now, can I say that this is now exempt supply? This is what? Exempt supply. इतना समझ में आ गया? This is exempt supply. तो ये हो गया हमारा case 1. What is exempt supply? But what is zero rated supply? A minute difference is there in exempt supply and a zero rated supply. The difference is there. Here also, now what I have done, I have purchased goods. Okay. After purchase, GST has been charged 10%. So basically, I am paying how much? 22,000 I am paying. Now again, what I will want to sell this goods. I want to sell these goods and I am selling the goods. as I wanted. But now it is not domestic nature का sales. Now I am exporting the goods. अब मैं क्या कर रही हूँ? Sell तो कर रही हूँ. I am doing the sales of this finished goods. But this is what? Export. That means export outside India. And so now, when you do the export, जब भी आप export करते हो, I'm going slow for this concept of zero rated supply. When you are doing export, जब आप export करते हो, you have two options. Government क्या करना चाहेगा? Obviously, government would want ना export should increase. Government क्या चाहेगा कि export हमारा क्या होना चाहिए? Increase होना चाहिए, right? So for that purpose, some benefit they will give. क्योंकि export होगा तो foreign exchange will be in India. If there is increase in export, there will be foreign exchange in India. If this is so, in such a case, what will government want? If this is so, government तुमको क्या बोलेगा? GST not applicable if you are doing export. In such a case, it will say no GST applicable. अब कैसे no GST applicable? That you have to understand. You have a concept of letter of undertaking. You can either file the bond कि yes, these goods are being exported outside India. So they will give you a benefit कि okay, when you are choosing कि हम bond भरेंगे, we will file the bond, and after filing the bond, after what? Filing the bond, you can without payment of GST. GST अब मैम pay करना है क्या? नहीं. No, not needed because bond have been filed. You can file that bond, वो सब भर दोगे, and now without payment of GST, what you can do? You can do export. अभी समझ में है? तो मैम यहाँ पे भी कौन से केस में? The case I am talking here, either here no GST. When there is no GST, they have specifically said do not pay GST. It is also kind of exempt nature because we are not paying GST. But when you said zero rated, what do you mean by zero rated? Zero rated का मतलब है कि when it is zero rated, no GST is payable in your entire supply chain. Ma'am, entire supply chain का क्या मतलब है? No GST payable here also. When you will be purchasing ना, they will not even charge GST on that too. Ma'am, but यहाँ तो GST charge किया है. See, here they have charged GST. So understand one thing. Suppose when you were purchasing these goods, जब तुम क्या कर रहे थे? इन goods को purchase कर रहे थे. You are the seller. Domestically भी you sell internationally also. तुम्हें थोड़ी ना पता. अभी मैं ये raw material purchase कर रही हूँ. I don't know whether I will sell it internationally or domestic market में. That I don't know right now. तो अभी तो तुमको बोला pay GST. But later on, आगे चल के what happened here? Later on क्या होता है? Now you do what? Export. Later on हमने क्या किया? Export किया. तो now they said, see, export when you were doing यहाँ तो तुमने GST pay नहीं किया. That means no GST. यहाँ कोई GST pay हुआ क्या? नहीं. That means here it is no GST. Now, what about ma'am? I have paid this GST. मैंने ये GST pay कर दिया है. What about that? Now you know at least this thing कि this GST will be in your input tax credit now. कहाँ पे होगा? Input tax credit because you have paid GST and that is your input tax credit. इतना you know from inter की concept. Ma'am, what about this? Just because हमको इतना पता है कि when we have to pay, payable को we adjust with ITC and net we pay. इतना भी पता है ना कि if suppose मुझे 10,000 आगे चल के पे करना है, already I have 2,000 as ITC, तो I will be paying only 8,000. इतना पता है? Now suppose what you are doing, you are exporting. तुम्हारा काम only export है. For the time being, your is only export. So in such a case, ma'am, when I pay at the time of purchase, how I will utilize ITC? Because at the time of export, this is the letter of undertaking. I am not paying GST. When no GST is paid, always यहाँ पे तो क्या रहेगा? nil रहेगा. So what I will adjust? ITC adjust कैसे होगा? कभी नहीं होगा ऐसे तो adjust. Are you getting the problem? So in such a case, they say in such a case, because there is no payable, you cannot adjust your ITC. You can apply, and this ITC, this GST that you have paid at the time of purchase, you can claim as a refund. Acha, that we have paid, we can claim as a refund. So जब refund claim कर लिया, can I say no GST payable on purchase also? So that is what is called zero rated supply. So in zero rated supply, entire chain, no GST. But ma'am, what about exempt? Exempt में purchase पे you were paying GST. But by using that raw material, some finished goods that you have manufactured, that is nil rated or mega exempted. So slight difference between exempt is only sales is exempt. That means when only sales are exempt, you cannot claim refund of ITC. Whenever it is zero rated supply, only in that case, there are in entire GST only two cases. Entire GST में सिर्फ दो cases हैं, only two cases when ITC can be claimed as a refund. Point number one, this, when it is zero rated supply. Due to your zero rated supply, you are unable to utilize your ITC because you are taking letter of undertaking, and because of which you cannot claim the net of, तुम use ही नहीं कर पा रहे हो, तो वो तो compile होता जाएगा. What is the use of that compilation? So you can take refund. This is case number one. एक बार you just go through again. एक बार इसको समझ लो, वापस खुद से देखो, खुद से रिवाइज करो, then इसी का second part करेंगे. This example and this. एक बार खुद से समझ लो कि हाँ ये था.
मैम फर्स्ट केस में आईटीसी का क्या होगा?
No, lapse.
Only lapse.
हाँ, in this case it would lapse. क्यों lapse? Because in your input tax credit chapter you will find they have written कि this should be utilized either for taxable supply. तो अब ये taxable supply के लिए तो use ही नहीं हुआ. It is used for exempt supply. तो lapse अब नहीं मिलेगा. But that is not the case with your zero rated. Wait, I will go into that detail also, but अभी इतना समझ में आ गया? Only the crux.
Yes, ma'am.
Done, everyone? Up. Because we have gone into much deeper level of supply, therefore now I can tell you this types of supply. ठीक है? ये बहुत next level का है. But as we have done very perfectly supply, मुझे लग रहा है, and due to the viva I have taken, I assume कि हाँ, probabilities now you are getting कि क्या क्या हो सकती है. So we are going into this depth. अब second thing, again it is export only. Again, suppose after purchase of that raw material and all those things, what you are doing after purchase of raw material and all those things, again you have exported. अभी फिर से क्या हो रहा है हमारा? This is a raw material I have purchased. Raw material got converted into what? Raw material got converted into finished goods, and now this finished goods again I am what? Exporting. अब ma'am, when I have purchased this finished goods, I have paid 1000 का GST. Directly I am writing because I have purchased, I have paid 1000 का GST. ऐसा हुआ था. Now you have another option at the time of export. You have another option at the time of export. What is the another option, ma'am? You pay GST. Pay the GST. Okay. When they are saying either do not pay GST, just write the letter of undertaking, or pay GST. And when you will pay GST, obviously whatever is payable, you will utilize ITC and net you will pay. ऐसा ही होगा. This will happen. And when you are utilizing it, ITC तो you utilize, done. ITC का काम हो गया. पहले ITC was not able to utilize, now you have utilized ITC. But ma'am, ये तो गलत हो रहा है ना. We have paid GST, we are paying GST. क्यों? अब इसका क्या? तो previously you are able to take refund of ITC. Now ITC तो you have utilized. Why? Net you are paying. Now they will say you can take refund of this net payable. Apply for the refund of what? Apply for the refund of this net payable. So in any case, whether it was letter of undertaking, ITC refund ho gaya, no GST on that purchase. On export, letter of undertaking is there. You are not paying GST on export also. Here, ma'am, we are paying, but ITC you are utilizing na. Agar you normal level pe dekhe, to you are required to pay 10,000. But because 1,000 ITC you are having, now you are paying 9,000. So already 1,000 less pay kiya na. Utilize हो गया तुम्हारा जो तुमने GST पे किया था, the GST you have paid, now you have utilized it ना. Understanding? तो वो उसका काम हो गया. नेट में पे कर रही हूँ तो वो बोल रहे हैं ना नेट यू कैन क्लेम एज अ रिफंड ले लेना. तो बात तो वही हो गई ना. नो जीएसटी हेयर ऑल्सो, नो जीएसटी हेयर ऑल्सो. बिकॉज जो पे किया था 1,000, वट एवर 1,000 वी हैव पेड, वो तो यूटिलाइज कर लिया हमने. एंड ये जो अब हम जीएसटी पे करेंगे नेट, वो हम रिफंड ले लेंगे. तो बात तो वही हो गई. जीरो रेटेड सप्लाई. अंडरस्टूड? मैम exempt में ऐसा क्यों नहीं हो रहा? Now going into that detail that Sachin you asked. मैम exempt में ऐसा क्यों नहीं हो रहा? Why not happening in exempt? अब ये exempt को समझो. Whenever you purchase a good, whenever you purchase something and on purchase you pay what? GST. जब भी तुम क्या करते हो, परचेस करते हो, परचेस करने पे you pay GST, right? इतना समझ में आया? Now, when you pay GST, you have to claim ITC. GST pay karoge, that will go into your input tax credit. And this input tax credit, you can avail only section number 16 के conditions fulfill. ये तभी कर पाओगे जब section number 16 के conditions are fulfilled. Ma'am, what is section number 16? Section number 16 given in your input tax credit chapter. वहां पे देके रखा है. और वो बोलता है कि if you want to claim ITC, the condition is that supply, whatever you are doing, supply should be a taxable nature का supply. अच्छा, that means in my case I am doing exempt nature का supply, तो ITC you cannot get. तो गया वो lapse हो गया. Understood? So this is what is my zero rated supply and my exempt supply. Ma'am, zero rated supply, where it has been given? Now this has been given in your that import export procedure kind of chapter is there. That is zero rated supply, and in that import export procedure, जो main था ना, the main thing is zero rated supply that we have here covered. Same you will find where in import export procedure. At the purpose of exam, for the purpose of exam, that is not important. But what was important? This zero rated supply that right now we have covered. For it, import export procedure, again my handwritten mind map I will give. One time we will do that chapter. It is only one time. Why? Because whatever linkages are there, we are going into that right now. At that time, it would be only ये कर लिया है हमने. ठीक है? Now start writing exempt supply.
I have one question here.
Yes.
Ma'am, in the zero rated example which you have taken, in the first case where there is a letter of undertaking, so you said that whatever ITC basically the input tax credit is, we can get a refund of it. It means that, just taking your example, that 1,000 was in probably the ITC credit, which I'm taking the refund of it in the first case. letter of undertaking. So from a businessman perspective, I'm getting a 1,000 refund. In the second case, you said that payable is, let's say, 10,000. I'm taking adjusting ITC against it 1,000, and I'll take a refund of 9,000 as a net payable. So then from a businessman perspective, that 1,000 is gone in the second case. In the first case, I'm getting the refund of 1,000. So
In case number 1, when you are not paying GST, you are only taking ITC ka refund.
correct, that is 1,000, let's say, which I have paid.
In second case, you are getting 9,000 refund.
Yeah, because I'm paying.
9,000, listen, you are paying something, again coming back. So it is squared off, right? Pay kara, वापस again 9,000, that was squared off. Suppose if you are not allowed ITC, you would have paid 10,000. No, yeah, बात तो वही है ना, instead of paying 10,000, pay 9,000. तो 1,000 they given you ना. मैं तुमसे बोलूं fees 5,000 I want. Instead of that, I also wanted to give you 1,000. Net करो ना 4,000 pay कर दो. बात तो एक ही है, you paying me 5,000, then I'm giving you 1,000, or you pay me 4,000. The same is there ना. Are you getting? ना राजीव जी?
नहीं, from मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि देखिए ना, 10,000, you're paying 10,000, okay, and then you're not getting a refund of that 1,000, in the sense, in the
We are
first case.
paying 9,000. We are actually paying net 9,000. So
Yeah,
9,000 I'm getting refund.
In the first case, I'm not paying anything. Okay,
Yeah,
instead,
you are not paying anything, zero.
but still I'm getting 1,000 because return.
Because ITC they are giving whatever was deposited in your ITC ना, only that they are giving as a refund. या तो pay करो, utilize करके net refund ले लो. Either pay मत करो, सीधे तुम ITC का refund लेके चले जाओ, हमको कोई दिक्कत नहीं. तुम्हारा क्या बनता है? तुम्हारा ITC बनता है. तुमने पे किया है कहीं पे, you understand हिंदी ना राजेश?
हाँ जी,
तुमको मैंने क्या किया, सीधे ये मैंने सपोज करो ये पेन है, अभी तुमको सेल किया, तुमने इसके लिए 500 रुपीज का जीएसटी पे किया, ठीक है. अब तुम आगे चल के इसको एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हो. अब सोच रहे हो कि यार जीएसटी पे करूं या नहीं करूं, पे करूं नहीं करूं. अब एक्सपोर्ट करते हुए बोला नहीं करते पे, लेटर ऑफ अंडरटेकिंग भर देते, तो मैं बोलूंगी ये ले भाई 500 रुपये आईटीसी रख लो वापस. क्यों? क्योंकि आईटीसी रिफंडेबल ओनली इन केस ऑफ जीरो रेटेड सप्लाई. सिर्फ जीरो रेटेड केस के इसमें ही ये रिफंड होता है. आईटीसी कभी रिफंड नहीं होता, नेवर. सिर्फ इफ इट इज जीरो रेटेड सप्लाई, ये लो 500 आपके रख लो. क्यों? बिकॉज एक्सपोर्ट किया, वहां तो अब टैक्स लगेगा नहीं. कब तक हम 500 ये भर के रखेंगे? सपोज ये 500 क्या किया, ये आईटीसी का बॉक्स है तुम्हारा, ठीक है, मैंने ये 500 इसके अंदर डाल दिया. नाउ डिपार्टमेंट वेटिंग, कब आओगे, कब आईटीसी लोगे, कब लोगे, कब लोगे. अब नाउ यू आर टेकिंग लेटर ऑफ अंडरटेकिंग, लेटर ऑफ अंडरटेकिंग. एवरी एक्सपोर्ट इज लेटर ऑफ अंडरटेकिंग. अब कैसे यूटिलाइज होगा मैम? यूटिलाइज ही नहीं हो रहा, तो दे विल से रुको, अप्लाई फॉर द रिफंड, एंड नाउ ये लो तुम्हारा ये 500 रख लो, खत्म. दैट मीन्स परचेस पे भी यू आर नॉट पेइंग, सेल्स पे तो वैसे ही यू आर नॉट पेइंग. तो अल्टीमेटली निल हो गया. अल्टीमेटली इट इज व्हाट? निल. ठीक है, ये हो गया केस 1. सेकेंड केस, अगेन एट द टाइम ऑफ परचेस 500 पेड, ठीक है, ये 500 अगेन इन द आईटीसी का बॉक्स, इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट. नाउ यू आर सेइंग सपोज लेटर ऑफ अंडरटेकिंग का टाइम नहीं है, व्हाटएवर इट इज. अब तुमने क्या किया? जीएसटी पे किया, यू हैव पेड जीएसटी. मैम जीएसटी कैसे पे करूं? ये हमारा जो पेन था, दिस वाज फॉर 1,000 या 10,000 रुपीज. नाउ एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं हम क्या कर रहे हैं? एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं. तो मैं क्या करूंगी? सपोज इस पे जीएसटी आया, सपोज 900 रुपीज. अब सपोज करते कि आईटीसी भी एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता, अब तुम क्या करोगे? 900 पे करोगे, देन यू विल गेट द रिफंड ऑफ 900 सपोज. लेकिन अब मैं बोल रही हूँ अरे रुको, 900 नहीं चाहिए, आईटीसी ले लो ना. 900 की जगह एक काम करो, ये 500 तुम्हारा रखो, मतलब नेट कर लो. हमारे पास ही ऑलरेडी पे किया हुआ है तुम्हारा 500, सिर्फ 400 और दे दो. आर यू गेटिंग? तो यहाँ पे सिर्फ 400 पे किया मैंने. अब वो बोलेंगे अरे जीरो रेटेड सप्लाई, क्यों 400? वो 400 का वापस रिफंड लेंगे. आर यू गेटिंग?
Right, but in this case, second case, I'm losing that 500 rupees. मतलब
You are
नहीं
actually not losing.
नहीं, पहले केस में मुझे 500 रुपीज रिफंड आ जाता था,
हाँ,
इस केस में मुझे कुछ नहीं आया, मैंने पे भी किया, मुझे कुछ नहीं आया। इन द सेंस ये जो 400 रुपीज मेरा एडिशनल गया, दैट इज
तुम्हारा वो तुम कैश बेसिस पे देख रहे हो,
हाँ मैडम,
है
business
ना,
point
कि
of,
कैश
from a
बेसिस पे मुझे
business point of view, I have an advantage in the first case because I'll be getting 500 rupees if
उस
I
केस में अगर तुम ऐसे उस लॉजिक से जाओगे तो वो देखने में ही बनता है कि मुझे एक्चुअल में हाथ में तो कुछ भी नहीं है, वो कैश बेसिस पे तुम्हें लग रहा है मेरे को हाथ में कुछ भी नहीं है, बट व्हेन यू सी कि एक्चुअल में वो बेनिफिट दे रहे, इसको दूसरा भी देख सकते हैं कैसे। सपोज तुम्हारे डोमेस्टिक नेचर का सप्लाई होता है, क्योंकि हर केस ऐसा नहीं होता कि सिर्फ जीरो रेटेड हो, अगर डोमेस्टिक होता है वहां आईटीसी यूज कर लो, यहाँ पे पे करो 900 रुपए पूरा, वापस 900 रुपए का रिफंड दो। आर यू गेटिंग?
ठीक है।
ठीक है, और अभी और रुको, आईटीसी अभी आने वाला है, क्योंकि उसमें भी कुछ फैक्ट्स हैं, बट एट द टाइम ऑफ दिस क्या जीरो रेटेड का इन डेप्थ समझ में आ गया कि पूरे चेन में देयर इज नो जीएसटी, according to that entire chain mein there is no GST, either you can utilize ITC, either they will refund you the ITC, उनका लॉजिक ये है, ठीक है,
Yes ma'am.
डन। चलो, तो this is what zero rated and exempt, so start writing exempt supply. Exempt supply means either the supply of goods or service, either the supply of good or service has been mega exempted or nil rated. Point, second point in this, hence, when at the time of purchase of such goods, any GST payable hence at the time of purchase of such goods, any GST payable, no ITC, comma, no ITC will be allowed, comma, no ITC will be allowed in case, no ITC will be allowed in case of sales, because section number 16 in, because section number 16 in ITC has a condition that after purchase, there should be, taxable nature supply. There should be taxable nature supply. Here ITC will lapse. Here the ITC will lapse. ये first वाला you make. Overall chain, this one. Done. Now next, zero rated supply. Zero rated supply. Make this first wala, second wala. Purchase, goods purchase, ये वाला. Done. And second, this one. ये वाला. चलो, ठीक है. Zero rated supply means supply where no GST. Supply where no GST at the time of purchase or at the time of sales. At the time of purchase or at the time of sale. Now, case number 1. If export through LUT, if export is through LUT, if export is through LUT, then write description. Now we have to write LUT means export without payment of GST. LUT means export without payment of GST. LUT means export without payment of GST. Full stop. In such a case, if there is export, then ITC cannot be availed. ITC cannot be availed because of no tax liability, because of no output tax liability. Output means sales ke time whatever is the liability. Because of no output tax liability. Therefore, ITC allowed as refund. Therefore, ITC allowed as refund. Done. Now case 2. When GST payable, when export through GST, export through payment of GST, export through payment of GST. Now description. GST payable on output supply. GST payable on output supply. Outward you should write it instead of output. GST payable on outward supply. First net off with ITC available. First net off with ITC available. And net GST is paid. And net GST is paid.
Starting से repeat करना है.
And net GST is paid. GST payable on outward supply. GST payable on outward supply is first net off with ITC. Is first net off with ITC and net GST is payable. Okay? Now, the net GST payable could be applied for refund later. Could be applied for refund later as per refund chapter. As per refund chapter. Now change the paragraph.
Sorry, ma'am. Can you repeat again?
As per refund chapter. This one.
The net GST payable could be applied for
Refund. As per refund chapter. That means what are the provisions of refund chapter that you have to check. Okay. Now. Therefore, now change the paragraph. Therefore, in both the cases, there is no GST. Therefore, in both the cases, there is no GST, whether at the time of purchase or at the time of sales. Therefore, in both the cases, there is no GST, whether at the time of purchase or at the time of sales. Irrespective of option chosen. Irrespective of option chosen. Making it zero rated supply. Making it zero rated supply. However, in exempt supply, as we do not get ITC, however, in exempt supply, as we do not get ITC, in such a case, that is not a zero rated supply. Done? Understood the concept now? Now, can I say one thing? Every zero rated supply is an exempt supply. Every Zero rated supply is an exempt supply, but every exempt supply is not zero rated supply. Zero rated supply, no GST payable. If it is no GST payable, that is an exempt nature ka supply. But every exempt nature ka supply is not zero rated. Zaruri thoda it is export. Normal exempt supply it is. So zero rated is always exempt. But exempt is not always a zero rated supply. Why I'm saying zero rated always exempt? Either you will get refund or something. So every zero rated supply is exempt supply. But every exempt supply is not a zero rated supply. Understood? No. This is only one part. This is only one part of zero rated supply. When we will go into the depth, that is what is interstate supply, intrastate supply, territorial nature ka supply. There we have concept ki what is India. Now India mein there is special economic zone. India mein there is what? Special economic zone. And you know, special economic zone is treated as a foreign country, kind of foreign country in India. You know the concept, there is special economic zone. It is in India, hai to India mein, but treated as if you sell something to them, it is considered as export. But when they will sell something to you, then it is interstate supply. So there is a concept again related to the zero rated. But just giving you ki iska concept again we have to link when we will do that interstate supply kya hota. Understood? So basically we have completed definition of supply. Now I have to identify whether I will call it as an exempt supply, whether I call it as a zero rated supply. Ma'am, this is an exempt supply. And it could be mixed also. Yes, mixed supply is there. Both are not taxable. Mixed supply can be exempt supply. So this is basically going the nature of supply. Abhi hum kiske andar chale gaye? Nature of supply ke andar. Understood this? Now, what is interstate supply and what is intrastate supply? In common language mein inter mein bhi you have done interstate and intrastate supply. Tell me. What is inter and intrastate?
Ma'am,
Intrastate.
interstate supply means between two states like MP and Maharashtra, and intrastate means within the same state.
Okay. Anyone else?
Location of supplier and place of supply.
Location of supplier and place of supply.
That should be,
Location-
if it is in the same state, then intra. If it is in different state, then it is interstate.
Pardon?
If both are in different state, then it's interstate supply.
Okay. Anyone else?
Same here, but ma'am, one point include export of goods is also interstate.
Export of goods is also interstate. Okay. Chalo. So, बहुत common mistake that students do, as Jay you have done. When we say interstate supply, you are saying supply between two states. No, that is not the case. Entirely wrong. You have to check the location of supplier and place of supply. अब ये place of supply में क्या होता है? ये word we have used somewhere कि there is a chapter related to place of supply. हमने अभी बीच-बीच में बोला था ना कि there is a chapter related to place of supply. There you will find कि actual में supply किधर हुआ है? Where supply has been done, that will be explained by your place of supply. So you have to check कि what is the place of supply and what is the location of supplier. Are they in same state? Yes, intrastate supply. If both are in different state, then it is interstate supply. So you are not checking the states. You are checking the location of supplier and place of supply. मैं एक example पहले आप देखिए. For the time being, suppose again मेरा example अभी के लिए ले लेते हैं, ठीक है? As I said ना कि हाँ भैया हमको घर बनवाना है. I want to reconstruct my house that is in MP. ठीक है? Ma'am, where is the house? Repeat. MP. कहाँ है मेरा house? MP में. ठीक है? तो चलो. This is an house that is located where in Indore, MP. Okay. Done. where I am there, मैं कहूँ the recipient of the service, recipient of the service where, पुणे, ठीक है, मैं यहाँ, property वहाँ, ठीक है. Now let us suppose that architect that I am hiring, that engineer that I will be hiring, वो कहाँ पे हो जाएगा, the architect and engineer, and let us suppose हमने कहाँ से मंगवा लिया, कहाँ से मंगवा ले, चलो this architect we are जयपुर से मंगवा लिया कि भाई आप कर दो, he is registered in Jaipur. अरे मैम 3 things are there, your property in MP, ठीक है, you are in Pune, the person who is providing the service, he is in Jaipur, 3 states are there. Are you getting? Ab, you have to see what location of recipient. So ma'am, location of recipient is Pune. मैं receive कर रही हूँ, but my location is Pune. Location of supplier Jaipur, and location of the property is MP. Place of supply means where the services has been provided, where the service is being provided. So in case of immovable property, you will find in place of supply where the immovable property is situated or intended to be located. अभी construct नहीं हुआ, dismantle होके reconstruct होगा, तो intention of reconstruction का है, MP में ही है. तो intended है अभी हुआ क्या? अभी not done. So either it is located or intended to be located. तो intended भी कहाँ होगा? Place of supply क्या हो गया? MP. But ma'am, where is the supplier? Jaipur. Are they 2 different states? 2 states हो गई. So in these 2 states, can I say interstate supply? So you have to go into the detail of the definition. Check the definition of what your interstate supply. What is interstate supply? First of all, when it comes to your interstate supply, whether it is supply of goods or service, location of supplier and place of supply to be in different state, union, territory. Understood? You have to see location of supply and place of supply. Ma'am, हमारे example में recipient is there. And recipient का definition we have done. Who pays consideration? Who does not pay consideration if you provide service? Remember, yesterday only, I guess, or day before yesterday, recipient की definition we have done. So your recipient will also change whether it is consideration wala supply or not consideration wala supply. Your recipient will change accordingly. Ma'am, if it is consideration का supply, recipient कौन? The person paying consideration. But क्या यहाँ पे मुझे recipient को importance देना है? Am I required to give importance of recipient here in interstate supply? It is only location of supplier and place of supply. If the different state, done. It is interstate. Understood the definition of interstate? Ma'am. Again an example now. This is place of supply. As I told कि immovable property पे place of supply जहाँ पे immovable property located or intended to be located. Now suppose instead of calling him from Jaipur, MP say I have hired an architect and engineer from builder from MP, everything from MP. Location of supplier, place of supply, are they in same state? Yes. Then it is intrastate transaction. Ma'am, what about export? Export mein how can you even think? Obviously, I am supplier where in India, place of supply where outside India, and place of supply you will come to know. You will come to know the place of supply because goods ke respect mein place of supply they have given. That means to understand the in-depth of place of supply, what we have to understand the chapter of place of supply. So are you getting? हर बार तो मैं बोल रही हूँ वो linkage उधर है, वो linkage इधर है, वो linkage इधर है. That means is GST a chapter-wise subject? It is entirely linked. अभी आए समझ में? So I thought कि we should start RCM first, but now मुझे ऐसा लगता है to understand this kinds of definition in depth अच्छे से समझने के लिए we should start place of supply. Why? Because place of supply of goods will change. Place of supply with respect to service changes. Place of supply when both are in India, then changes, and place of supply when one is outside, then also it changes. So when I'm going into the depth of place of supply, when I'm going into the depth of interstate supply, so let us start with what place of supply. You will understand even place of supply hota kya hai, because this is just a word place of supply. We have to go into the depth of chapter place of supply. Understood? So we will start instead of RCM, because RCM to kab apply hoga? When you will apply, okay, it is supply. Nature of supply you understood. And after nature of supply, whether reverse charge we have to apply or we have to apply forward charge. So step by step chalte hain. ठीक है? Now write intrastate and interstate first. Intrastate. Now fifth type of supply, right? Composite we have done, mixed we have done, zero rated supply, exempt supply. Now my fifth type kind of supply is intrastate supply. Intrastate supply. When place of supply, when place of supply and location of supplier, when place of supply and location of supplier in same state. Simple language I'm writing is same state, that is intrastate supply. Done. Then interstate supply. Now can you write interstate supply? लिखो जल्दी. Done. अब now in interstate supply. अभी मैंने कुछ कहा था ना तुमको, in case of interstate supply, SEZ in India, but it is not treated as a part of India. That means even if you do a supply to SEZ also, so supply to or supply from SEZ, again interstate. So interstate you have written, two different statement, location and place of supply are there. Now write supply to and supply from SEZ. Supply to, supply from, supply to, supply from SEZ unit or developer. SEZ unit or developer is interstate supply. Can I write import export also now? So after this, write import and export, also interstate supply. Done. So basically understood interstate. अब interstate में मैम SEZ है, and SEZ is considered to be a state outside India, actually a part of India, but not considering as a part of India. Wait ma'am, that means suppose this is what, suppose this is the book, ये white वाला part, ठीक है? This is the book, this is what your India, ठीक है? Now this is what, this is SEZ and this is domestic area. ये क्या है? SEZ है and this is what, domestic area. That means, ma'am, when domestic area giving supply to SEZ, SEZ is not treated as a part of India. When domestic is giving to SEZ, wait, ma'am, are you trying to say it is export? Yes, because SEZ is not treated as a part of India. So when my domestic area is supplying to SEZ treated as export, are you trying to say that export is zero rated supply? Yes, that export is a zero rated supply when domestic area giving to SEZ. That is a zero rated supply. Are you getting? अभी उसको डिटेल में लिखेंगे क्या नहीं? We will wait for import export procedure. पर getting कि अभी linkage बचा है. Still SEZ का linkage and interstate का linkage and zero rated supply, 3 things का linkage is there. But I am not trying to give this detail right now. But you should understand when this is not part of India. Ma'am, SEZ giving something to us. SEZ giving something to us. In such a case, is it import? You have to understand there is a minute difference. I'm not just giving you an idea that there is a minute difference when it will be interstate, when it will be export. तो हमको उसको समझना पड़ेगा. अभी I cannot directly declare कि DTA अगर SEZ में दे रहा है तो वो directly मैं declare नहीं कर सकती कि वो export है. अभी वो definition समझोगे तो समझोगे कि वो export होगा या interstate होगा. So for the time being, understand we have to again create a linkage of interstate zero rated as well as what your interstate zero rated और ये SEZ का concept. So for that one page blank छोड़ के क्या लिखना? सिर्फ heading लिख के छोड़ देना. Linkage of SEZ zero rated and interstate. Later on we will do that. Linkage of SEZ zero rated. Linkage of SEZ zero rated and interstate supply. Only one page. ठीक है. So when it would be relevant time, appropriate time, जब मैं तुमको बोल दूंगी वहां जाके लिखना है अपने को. ठीक है. चलो. So this is what my type of supply. मैम interstate done, intrastate done, then your exempt supply done, composite done, your mixed supply done, as well as your which one done? This zero rated supply done. ठीक है. These are all the types of supply. Now, what is territorial supply? वो कुछ बोले थे ना territorial supply. Is it important? Not at all. Not at all important. But territorial में होता क्या है? अब वो भी समझ लेते हैं. For one time, just understanding, we have to take that. Suppose this is what land. ये क्या हमारा land है. ठीक है. And this is what water. ठीक है. अभी ये लैंड और ये क्या हो गया हमारा वाटर. अब अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग कि यहाँ पे वी हैव व्हाट शिप. अब नाउ यू आर डूइंग सप्लाई इन टेरिटोरियल वाटर. पानी में क्या देखोगे? प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई. हाउ यू विल आइडेंटिफाई इन वाटर व्हाट इज द प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई. एंड दिस इज बेसिकली जो टेरिटोरियल एरिया के लोग हैं जहाँ पे टेरिटोरियल में दे डू द सप्लाई. बिकॉज शिप में 3 months ऑल्सो टेकन. 3 महीने भी लग जाते हैं ट्रैवलिंग इन द शिप. 6 months ऑल्सो. तो क्या 3 months 6 months में देयर विल बी नो सप्लाई इन द शिप? ऐसा होगा क्या? सप्लाई तो होता रहेगा ना. हाई सी सेल भी तो है मैम. हाई सी सेल भी है. यू चेक ना वहां पे भी इंटरस्टेट कैसे बोल दिया था उसको. नाइदर सप्लाई ऑफ गुड्स नॉट सप्लाई ऑफ सर्विस. You must have checked something, the place of supply, location of supply, सब check किया होगा. You would have checked that. So whenever it is territorial supply, ये जो territorial पे supply होता है. Now ma'am, suppose supplier is here. So what is the location of supply? Water. Nearest baseline क्या है? Check the nearest baseline. Whatever is the nearest baseline, ये क्या है nearest baseline that you have to check. This nearest baseline. If nearest baseline suppose Kochi, so that means Kochi है south. That is your location of supply. And ma'am, this supply is given to someone who is located where in Jaipur. Place of supply. Are you getting? So you have to check if it is supplier here. Ma'am, instead of supplier, recipient is here. So even recipient check the nearest baseline. तो जो नियरेस्ट बेसलाइन होगी वो लोकेशन ऑफ रेसिपिएंट, व्हाटएवर इज द नियरेस्ट बेसलाइन दैट इज लोकेशन ऑफ सप्लायर. अगर शिप पे ऑन द शिप सप्लायर इज सिटिंग, तो सी द सप्लायर का लोकेशन, इंस्टेड ऑफ सप्लायर रेसिपिएंट इज देयर, सीधा रेसिपिएंट का लोकेशन. तो नियरेस्ट बेसलाइन आपकी जो होगी दैट विल बी आइदर लोकेशन ऑफ रेसिपिएंट और लोकेशन ऑफ प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई. अंडरस्टूड? बिकॉज ऑन हाई सी ऑन दिस सी यू कैन नॉट आइडेंटिफाई कि वो एरिया किधर का है. तो नियरेस्ट व्हाट इज दैट विल बी योर आइदर डिपेंड. अगर रेसिपिएंट है तो you will check place of supply. If supplier, तो location of the supplier will be there. Understood? इतना ही समझना है. Section number 9 it is only this much because 0% I can say important. 0 when I am saying, so you should just know the concept. क्योंकि ये बहुत common नहीं है. This is not common thing. This is only specific business area में you have to apply this kind of supply का nature. Understood? And to give this section, they have to frame such kind of question of territorial waters. उतना वैसा question उनको frame करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? Understood? So this complete all the types of supply. क्या complete हुआ हमारा? All the types of supply. As my plan was to start RCM, but now we have shifted to what? Place of supply. What was the reason for shifting to place of supply? When I am again and again saying, कि place of supply means where you are actually supplying. So place of supply is something that will help you to decide it is inter or interstate. तभी तो decide करोगे. So let us know the definition. Let us know the details of place of supply. Now, what will happen if we come to know it is intrastate? What will happen if we come to know that this supply is interstate? If it is intrastate supply, you will apply GST, that is CGST, SGST. And if it is inter, you will apply IGST, that is integrated GST, goods and service tax. So for that, you have to identify whether it is inter or whether it is intrastate, so that you can apply GST accordingly. तब तुम accordingly क्या कर सकते हो? GST apply कर सकते हो. So this inter or intra can be defined with two parameters: place of supply and location of recipient. Place of supply and location of recipient.
Location of supplier.
कान खींचो सब अपने, और इस बार दोनों कान खींचो. Is it location? I should take a picture also like this. When you are doing this, no? I should take. Understood? But I have written recipient and place of supply same ही तो हो गया. उसी को जिसको recipient को दोनों एक ही पार्टी के हुए ना. मुझे सर्विस चाहिए, I am location of recipient. And place of supply जिसको सर्विस प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो, तुम उसी क्या देखोगे क्या? Always it would be intra. Always नहीं बोल सकती, but at least तुम एक ही पार्टी को चेक कर रहे हो. It is supplier. एक supplier तो ले लो, एक supplier को देखो location and check place of supply. Okay? So repeat: place of supply and location of supplier. Place of supply and location of supplier. That you have to check for interstate. आया? What was the mistake? क्या लिखा था? समझ में आया? तो blindly मैम हर चीज सही नहीं बोलेगी. मैम अगर गलत बोल रही है तो यहाँ पे जिसको बोलते हैं ना professional skepticism, questioning mind, that should be your what? Behavior. So where is your questioning mind? Audit पे जाके वो बोलेगा हाँ ऐसा है, हाँ जी ऐसा ही है. Would you do like this? You will do only हाँ जी वहाँ पे. तो apply your skepticism यहाँ पे, questioning mind रखो. ठीक है? Now, ma'am, place of supply. There is place of supply when everything is going on in India. सब कुछ इंडिया में चल रहा है. Everything is in India. ठीक है? I'm telling you 5 things. और पता है 5 things के साथ ये goods nature का place of supply will be over, taking 10 minutes extra for that. ठीक है? So when it comes to place of supply, what about place of supply? Place of supply for goods is given separately. Place of supply for service is given separately. Place of supply for goods when supply is only in India, and place of supply when either export is there or either import is there. That means between India and other country. Separate section has been given. Similarly, when it is service and in India service has been given, and again export or import of service, this section is different, this section is different, this section different, this section. That means 4 sections you have to cover. Covering goods के nature का, why not taking the numbers of section? पहले crux बताते जैसे we have done in transfer pricing. तो वो that will give us a flow. So similarly यहाँ पे in IDT, giving you the crux right now. Then tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we can start properly. When it comes to goods, in case of goods, सबसे पहले क्या होता है? In case of good, suppose this is my arrow. I am not going chronologically, that has been given. Just trying to explain. This is an arrow machine. ठीक है? ये क्या है मेरा purifier arrow. I have ordered from Amazon. I am there in Pune. मैंने क्या बोला? मेरे इंदौर के घर में लगा दो. Where? For Indore. तो where they are saying कि if you have ordered arrow को वहां पे क्या करना पड़ेगा? Install करना पड़ेगा. They have to install arrow. So one of the things, in case of place of supply, if a goods need installation, if a good need installation or assembly, the place where the goods are installed or assembled, that is place of supply. They have specifically mentioned, in case of goods, if a good is such that requires installation and assembly means the place where they are installed or place where they are assembled, that is your place of supply. Understood? In interstate transaction, okay, place of supply I got. Then मिल गया मुझे place of supply, that is what is not. Next, what is needed? Next is needed location of recipient. Next is needed location of recipient, right?
Supplier.
Jaya, location of supplier needed. अभी समझाया था ना, it is not location of recipient, location of supplier. Now suppose when I ordered from Amazon, the person, the shop कहाँ पे? Goa में. Now in Goa, Amazon से when you order, you do not check कि कहाँ से आ रहा है. You just see the reviews, you see the prices, right? Suppose from Goa ka shopkeeper will be selling it to Indore. So where is the location of supplier? Location of supplier, Goa wale beach pe. Are you getting? So in such a case, inter or intra? Interstate. Getting how to apply place of supply. How to apply that location of supplier. Then how to decide inter or intra. दोनों check करने पड़ते हैं. So do not mug up the definition. Understand the application. This is one example, and actually it's not an example only. Already you will find in your section number 10, this is your one of the place of supply. Up second. Suppose place of supply. Second I'm taking. Second is what? Suppose you come to me. You want to purchase something. There is movement of goods and there is no movement of goods. Now, movement of goods का मतलब, suppose again I have ordered this webcam. ये मैंने क्या किया? I have ordered this webcam. And from where I have ordered this webcam, suppose मैं कहाँ पे जाती हूँ? जयपुर में I got this webcam. Please send it here. कहाँ पे send करो? पुणे में send करो. Is there movement of goods? Assembly है क्या यहाँ पे? Assembly overrides. Specific for assembly, they have given something. So assembly के लिए only assembly वाला concept applicable. Now it is movement of goods. From Jaipur, what is coming? My goods are coming to Pune. Movement. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? It is movement. So in case of movement of goods, where the goods are delivered, these are keywords. Where the goods are delivered for delivery to recipient. एक second, recipient? Who is paying consideration? I am recipient. So again, ma'am, 3 things I am checking. Place of supply भी check कर रहे हैं. Done. लोकेशन ऑफ सप्लायर भी चेक कर रहे हैं इस केस में व्हेन द कीवर्ड गिवन इज डिलीवरी टू रिसिपिएंट, तो चेक द रिसिपिएंट आल्सो कि कौन अगर कंसिडरेशन है, इफ कंसिडरेशन हु इज पेइंग कंसिडरेशन, वो रिसिपिएंट। आर यू गेटिंग? तो लोकेशन ऑफ डिलीवरी फॉर डिलीवरी टू रिसिपिएंट, तो इट इज वेयर कंसिडरेशन भी मैं पे कर रही हूँ एंड कंसिडरेशन भी मैंने पे किया एंड डिलीवरी कहाँ हो रही है? डिलीवरी पुणे, तो प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई क्या हो गया? पुणे। पॉइंट समझ में आया? देन वेयर इज द लोकेशन ऑफ दैट सप्लायर? अरे अभी बोला ना जयपुर से, आई हैव सेड दैट कि भेज दो, तो जयपुर एंड इट इज व्हाट? पुणे। इज इट अगेन इंटरस्टेट सप्लाई? तो अगेन चेक प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई का चैप्टर यू आर अप्लाइंग टू चेक व्हाट इज प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई, देन ओनली यू आर चेकिंग की लोकेशन ऑफ सप्लायर का है, दोनों को चेक करके यू आर सेइंग इंटर और इंट्रास्टेट। अंडरस्टूड? थर्ड, नो मूवमेंट ऑफ द गुड्स। हाउ इट इज नो मूवमेंट ऑफ गुड्स? yesterday I gone to a shop and I purchased certain clothes. ठीक है, yesterday I gone to a shop and purchased certain clothes. सामने वाले भैया ने क्या दिया? बिल। I paid and उसकी जगह उन्होंने क्या दे दिया? Suppose all the clothes he has given. Is there any movement of goods? कुछ मूवमेंट हुआ कि वहीं की वहीं, ये लो कैश, ये लो what goods? So is there any movement of goods? No. So previous movement of goods was there. Here no movement of good. मैम जो movement of good नहीं है तो where the goods are delivered, the place where the goods are delivered. कौन सी place थी? पुणे। Yesterday I gone to Pune, already in Pune, but Pune, where the supplier is Pune, he is giving me there. तो कुछ भी movement हुआ क्या? No movement. तो inter नहीं, intrastate. So again I have checked the place of supply because no movement where the goods are delivered. Where the goods are delivered. लिखना कुछ मत. We will do. The goods are delivered in Pune and your supplier is also in Pune. So ये intrastate हो गया. Understood? So that is you have to apply place of supply का concept. And after applying place of supply का concept, simply where is the supplier? So then you will come to the inter or intrastate. That is the beauty of GST. Actually, the subject is very beautiful, but logically with flow you have to understand. Okay. So have we done movement wala? Yes. Movement means where the goods are delivered for delivery to recipient. Second, no movement, ma'am. Where the goods, place where the goods are delivered. Ma'am, assembly. In case of assembly, where the goods are assembled or where the goods are what? Installed. तीन चीजें समझ में? Fourth, ma'am, it is train going on. Train. Ma'am, it is plane going on. Plane. अब now you deliver goods in plane. Plane में गए. They have given us a what? Noodles का cup. अब would you stop the train? रुको. Let us check कि कहाँ पे ये उतर रहा है. Are you going to do that? नहीं हो सकता. Train चल रही है. Pull the chain. First we have to check what is the place of supply. Is it possible? Goods we purchase in train also. Right? शिप पे रुको, पहले हमको नापने दो नियरेस्ट बेसलाइन क्या है. आर यू गोइंग टू डू ऑल दिस स्टफ? ऐसे तो कभी पहुंचोगे भी नहीं कहीं पे. इन सच अ केस व्हाट वी विल डू? इन सच अ केस वेयर द गुड्स आर टेकन ऑन बोर्ड. बोर्ड पे कब गुड्स को कब बोर्ड पे बिठाया? ट्रेन चल रही है, द ट्रेन इज रनिंग. सपोज आगरा में वी हैव जस्ट loaded the goods. आगरा में loaded the goods. तो where the goods are taken on board. मान लो कि वही place of supply. Because it is not possible. Every person will purchase at some different places. So we cannot change the place of supply like this. तो जैसे ही goods को on board लिया, मान लो क्यों लिया था? Actually में तो intention is for sale ना. तो on board, as the goods taken on board, that is place of supply. वो तुम्हारी place of supply. Fourth, this is place of supply, goods taken on board. Understood? These are the four things. 5 is bill to ship to. Can't go in detail. वो कल परसों ही हो पाएगा because that needs proper explanation. So are you getting what is place of supply? Chapter situation wise it is telling what should be the place of supply. Then you will decide intra. After deciding inter, you will apply GST, CGST, SGST or IGST. Then after applying the tax, whether it would be forward or RCM, that you have to check. After that, ITC ka chapter. Can I avail ITC now? Because output tax I have find it out. Can I avail ITC now? Then you will pay. And after payment, refund के chapter will start. अब refund में अगर नहीं देना refund, we do not want to give refund. Appeal and revision will start. Are you getting? अब suppose less you have paid less. क्यों less pay किया? Intentional था. तुमने tax less क्यों pay किया? Was it intentional, unintentional, fraud, mistake? What? Demand and recovery का chapter will start. Are you getting the flow? That is the flow of GST. Understood? हाँ जी. रुको एक second. Till now, in concept, any doubt? So we will start Tuesday, place of supply properly. But actually 4 points of place of supply in crux we have done. Then we will dive into the detail. Done? Now, Abdul, bolo.
मैम अभी आप बोल रहे थे ना मैम, वो मैपिंग आके मुझे मिस हो रहा है मैम. इफ यू डोंट माइंड, आप इन रिटर्न आके ऐसा मैपिंग कर सकते हो मैम?
Tuesday ko I will give you the mapping ki after that what will start, because we have already done this mapping since 5 days. इसके बाद ये होता है ये check करना, we have done. But there is when we will start with the solutions now, because right now I'm not going to practice question. Are you getting why I'm not practicing question right now? Logic ही नहीं है. First of all, we will complete place of supply. Then we will start with supply and place of supply की question. So I will make you write all the steps also. कि क्या steps होता है question 1 solve करने के लिए. Okay?
राइट मैम. तभी भी आप एक्सप्लेनेशन करते हो इस तरह के लेंथी रहता है. जैसे अभी आपने बोला थी प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई के बाद इसके बाद ऐसा होगा, इसके बाद ऐसा होगा, बोलते सब ताकि मैपिंग कुछ मिस हो जाएगा मैम.
Miss
इन रिटर्न
लिखने का है तुमको, हर एक चीज लिखने का है. So when I explain ना, after explanation I dictate everything. वो जो dictation है ना, that is
yes,
not that only.
नहीं
But
मैम, अभी आपने डायग्रामेटिक से कुछ बोला था ना मैम. अभी एक्सपोर्ट जीरो रेटेड एंड विदाउट एलयूटी करके बोला था ना, उसी तरह मैम.
अच्छा वैसे diagrammatic form में I should explain. You want that?
यस मैम.
Okay, that is okay. Then generally we do, but place of supply we have not yet started on chapter. We will do. लिख के कर लेंगे, ठीक है? Okay, चलो. So it's 8. बोलो कब कनेक्ट होना है DT के लिए? Questions. बोला
8:20.
8:20. 8:15 पे we will connect for DT and try 1.5 घंटे का ही करेंगे, because PDF I am giving you right now. Do not take print of that PDF because that is not yet amended. It will take 7 days at least again to all that amendments etc. के लिए. So do not take print of that PDF. बाद में मत बोलो. International you want you can take, but still जब मैं बोलूँ तभी ले लो, ठीक है? नहीं तो बोलो कि मैम 2 बार PDF हमारा प्रिंट करवा दिया, नहीं, ठीक है? So I will be giving you the PDF of the question bank. I will explain everything कि question bank को कैसे use करना है. Do not take PDF. बार बोल दिया मैंने, अब मत बोलना, ठीक है? कि बोला नहीं. Understood? ठीक है, चलो. So we will connect at 8:15 and we'll try कि मैं संडे तुम्हारा वेस्ट ना करूं. 2-2.5 घंटे के 3 घंटे में पढ़ लेंगे, तो वेस्ट नहीं होगा संडे, ठीक है? चलो, ओके.